Welcome to the Crossroads. This is round 5 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship.
At 5 o'clock, it is going to be probably peak temperature. Right now, it feels about 100 degrees. Chris, what does that do to the grip of the car and also to you sitting inside of that hot box?
Well, luckily we have our cool device to keep the driver cool, and we even have one that goes inside the helmet, so even more advanced than typical setups. It definitely makes a big difference for us. Out here, though, the temperature does affect the grip levels of the track. The hotter it is, kind of the looser and slicker it gets. When it cools down, it starts to tighten up. So that's the big change that we'll see as it starts to go from top 32 into top 16. So we are constantly monitoring the weather. We have cells that pop up consistently throughout the day. We had that little wet patch earlier, and by the time we went from the back line to the front, the track was already dry.
See what this man can do on the right side of the brackets. Top 32. Chris, thanks.
All the work. Yeah, I get all the credit because he looks just like me.
Yeah, we're doing some stats. We realized that Forsberg has battled 114 drivers in his career.
That's insane.
That's nuts.
And yeah, I loved your stat. How many drivers have total from day one?
Drivers that have qualified for an event, just about 300. It's like 296.
All right, well, Chris Forsberg is one of them, as is Rudy Hansen, obviously. Here we go, Chris Forsberg in that first outside zone, the all-new NOS Energy Drink Nissan C. Rudy Hansen dives out of the smoke. Forsberg into that second outside zone and into the third. Rudy Hansen tucking in nicely, really mimicking the angle of Forsberg in the outside zone 4. Rudy Hansen dives in on the inside. That is not the line you want to be on by Hansen.
Our top 32 battle with Rudy, he's actually a super fast car, and so we put a last minute change into the car because I wasn't too happy with how the car was feeling in the chase. Out front, feels great, beautiful, able to put in the spots, but always looking for that extra little dig on the chase to be able to close any little gap that might create or get created. And so in the chase, he was quick, but we're able to keep up, like I said, with the changes. Great. And then he ended up dropping the tire in the final turn. I thought I was making a mistake. A gap was created, but he overshot it. And so it was him kind of carrying too much momentum into 4. Today seems like a game of keeping it on the track and keeping tires on the rims. So there's been a lot of off tracks and a lot of DBs already. Top 16 opening ceremony is about to kick off, so everything's going good. Sun's setting, track's gonna tighten up a lot. So I'm hoping that we keep our consistency. We've been feeling really good out front. A bunch of the guys have been telling me that our lead laps are looking really consistent, really solid. So the changing track condition is going to be our biggest variable right now. So we're hoping that we kind of keep that, like I said, consistency out front, adjust to the grip for the chase, and go from there. Yeah, we got Matt Field. He's really aggressive in the chase. We are looking to make sure that we keep up on him on our chase position as well.
Staggering amount of battles there as Matt Field will lead for the performance, initiates straight line approach, goes in, fills that outside zone. Forsberg into smoke, now transitioning into outside zone 2. zone 4. Matt Field maxing out the angle, brings it across, and Forsberg dropped into formation. So look at that, Forsberg straightening out, going on. So again, that transition, if you debead a tire, we'll assess it accordingly, but you can see, past that finish line, you go up on that bank, it could debead a tire. Forsberg in that all-new Z initiates and transitions in. Gangster entry by Forsberg, that VR-powered all-new Z in the second outside zone. The heat wave is on into the third outside zone now. Big angle for Forsberg. Matt Field tucking on in the 777, pulling that one-arm band-aid into the outside zone 4. Drops in as Forsberg versus the beast from the Bay, Matt Field. And they're going at it again.
Get new tires on, back the line, and let's cook, baby.
All thriller, no filler. Here's the spatula, here's the hat. Go ahead and cook. Here we go, Matt Field will be out front. Forsberg in the chase position through that start chicane. Across the nose of that Z. Forsberg, all right, go ahead. Go and do those things in front of me. I'm going to drop right in on you as Matt Field goes that second outside zone. Interesting approach. Want to see that overhead from Matt Field. See if he timed that properly. Forsberg back there a little bit. Not as close proximity as we saw, but he could be lurching forward, just slowly, progressively gaining that proximity. And he does just that. See? You can see that front right wheel just edging in. Here we go. Back to the action. Forsberg in the all-new Z initiates in that first outside zone. Matt Field, a little flambe of the Corvette. Now transition to second outside zone. Goes Forsberg. Ooh, brings it all the way out. Almost taps that back bumper. Going to outside zone 3. All the way out once again. Using all of the course in outside zone 4. Goes Forsberg. And Matt Field into across it. And there it is, Matt Field one more time, and Matt Field narrowly gets that victory. But Forsberg knocked out here